Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about heating zone controls, and there's two types. There's the heating zone control for furnaces and hydronic heating. And all the one is for the furnaces is if zone 1 is you're downstairs, you're living the main floor. When you turn your thermostat on to heat that zone, what it does is it fires the furnace, and that damper, and it's what that controller does is it opens up a damper on each of the heating zones. And then when it's satisfied, when the furnace stops firing, that damper closes. In hydronic heating, what the zone control does is, it's also used in water storage tanks too. It's basically almost the same principle. Now, if your zone 1 is the downstairs living area, you turn the thermostat on, it sends the 24 volts to that control, which fires the boiler and heats up the water and activates the circulator, and that's your heating zone. And now, as far as a zone control is also used in, you have a hot water storage tank, and that's usually set on priority on the TACO ones. So when the water temperature in that storage tank gets below a certain temperature, that sensor sends that 24 volts to the zone control, and it fires that zone, which is the priority zone, and heats that water up until it gets up to temperature. I don't know if that made any sense, but it's basically how it works. It's just a temperature. It controls what zones in your hydronic or your furnace heating. Like I said, in heating with your furnace, all that does is just opens up a damper on that ductwork, and then when it's satisfied, it closes that damper. Alright, thank you for watching.